Hi everyone, it's Karen Jean from Ex Libris Crafts and welcome back to my channel. I've been working on a purple journal and I thought that I would turn on the camera right now to let you know what I'm doing and to show you how to do a hidden spine when you weren't originally planning for a hidden spine. So let me show you what I have here. So these are the signatures. And this is the book. Now, the base of this book is a cereal box or something like that, just regular cardboard. But then I used, you can hear, even the spine itself is solid. I put a piece of chipboard. I covered each with a piece of chipboard to reinforce it. So it's a really solid book. Usually my books, I keep them soft, so they're a bit bendable, and this one isn't. And so then I also have the solid spine, and I could, because I had the Crop-A-Dile chomper, you know, I could just very easily go through this and do my regular spine with everything showing, but I decided I didn't want to do that after I had prepared the book frame for it. So this is how I'm doing a hidden spine, and I've already started this. Because I've already have this, I already had it laid out. What I did was I took a piece of, I have an old sailcloth actually. It's from years ago when I made covers for somebody's sailboat. Canvas, some type of heavy duck canvas. And what I did was I took a different piece of purple fabric and I adhered these two together with fusible, the Heat and Bond light fusible interfacing. So these are like glued together, ironed on, glued together. They're not going anywhere. Then what I did was, you can see I have this here marked in the center. That's the center. See, between the, that's 1 inch. I mark this down on the center, and this is going to go down like this, obviously, so this is not a problem in seeing this. And then I do 1/2 inch on either side of center, which is what I normally do. So this is 1 inch, and then there's 1/2 inch to the spine itself, and so that's my normal. Now, I did a couple of places. I did use my chomper to like chomp the holes. But I decided I didn't want to do that. So I used my handy little awl here, and yes, my big fat book to stick things into. And that's what I did here, is I worked it in. First I did them on the back and then on the front, because obviously I want them to be stuff pushed on the inside. And I've also marked each of the signature covers. I'm not sure if you can see those tiny little marks there. And I'm going to use the awl as well to put holes in them. I don't want the large holes that I normally get with the chomper. I want them small. And then I'm going to sew them in with this crochet thread. And I'm going to sew them in so it's back here, so it's all hidden. And there won't be any dangling threads down the signatures. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to put the holes in the signatures, because I haven't done that yet. So let me pause that, and I'll be back once this I have the signature holes in. Okay, I'm back, and I have the signatures here with the holes all punched in, and the spine cloth too. So let me get a needle here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew these in, and then we're going to glue this into the book. And I will fast forward through this as well, unless you guys want to see me sewing signatures in. 1, 2, 3. I do 3 times the length. So those pages are 8.5 by 11. So I'm doing 8.5 by 3 approximately. There. Okay, I have the 3 cut. All right, because I do 5 holes, I start in the second from the top. Now, this signature, that's a front or a back. All right, here are the 3 signatures. Oops, and let's also make sure they're right side up and not upside down. Right side up, right side up, right side up. Okay, this one is the center one because it's plain cover. Now the question is, which one is, I think this one is the first signature. Yeah, that one's the first signature. So, make sure everything's in place. Okay. Now, because I want the threads on the inside, I'm coming in from the back to the second hole. And I already have a problem. Hold on. Hole, 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 hole. No, it should be fine. Second hole, second hole. You see why it looked like I had a problem? It didn't look like it was. Didn't look like it was flush. Okay, so there. I'm confusing myself here. Hold on just a second. You know, this is absolutely ridiculous because obviously you can do it either way. Okay, yes, this is the top. This is the top. So let me, right, and this is the back. I'm doing things backwards, so I'm confusing myself. I'm sorry. So we go in. I'm really confusing myself, but that's okay. I will get unconfused as I go. And then finding that hole here. That's why I like using the chomper, because there it is. The holes are a little bit bigger, they're easy to see, and you have no problem. There we go. And there. Okay. Okay, so I start in the second hole from top, then I go to the top, then I go to the middle hole. Middle hole, middle hole. Where is it? There it is. You just work it in. Make sure the string is on one side. Okay. And then we're going to the fourth hole. We're weaving in and out, basically, is what we're doing, so that it looks like we're skipping, but when I'm done, there will be string up and down the entire thing. And I have a new camera set up, so I hope this is all staying in frame. I do apologize if it's not, and I hope the lighting's okay too, because this is just temporary. My daughter and my grandson are moving out. Now here we go. And see how we're weaving in and out. My daughter and grandson are moving out in a few weeks because her job is an hour and a half away, so they're moving obviously closer to where she works. And so I will once again have my craft room back, and where I have a completely different setup. So, and then we go back in here, right? where we started from. Get in there and put it on the other side of the string. Okay. There. Okay. And then you just snug it, right? This one's a little loose. I don't know which one I'm supposed to be pulling on here. That one, okay. No, these are loose. Because I think this is what happens. It's easier to keep the strings snug as you go when you're using the chomper, because the holes give you room. Here, and this is why I'm doing it with this method, is I don't want actual holes. I don't want a lot of room. But see, this is a little bit loose for me. So, but I think that's as good as it's going to get. We'll just double knot this off. Whoops. Do it one way, do it another way, and then I'm going to cut these down. Okay. One down, two more to go. Oh my goodness, my gracious. So this journal, as you can see, it's very purple. A person asked me to make them a purple flowers of the world journal, or purple, or that was the general topic, and then it got narrowed down and narrowed down. That's the back one. So now I'm going to use a different clip here just to keep them all together and keep them out of my way. And this is the middle one, and this is top and this is bottom. I know, I realize that I'm telling two different stories at the same time here, and I apologize. There we go. Okay, that's up. Let me just checking my work. It's much easier to do for this type of spine and signature are not as easy to do as the ones I'm used to doing. Probably because I'm used to doing it a different way, and which is probably the main reason. But okay, go down. Make sure you guys can see this. There. Okay, this one I have to make sure that I'm tugging as I go. Actually, this is actually getting in my way now. Hi vey. So, I'm sorry, what was I saying? Oh, yes. So this journal is being made on commission per se for a woman who wants a purple flowers of the world, which is a lot more difficult than it sounds. When I was doing research about purple flowers of the world, of course, I didn't go to my local library because I don't think my local library is currently open. I would have and gone and talked to a reference librarian. But I let my fingers do the walking on the internet, of course. Google, right? Everybody's favorite librarian, Google. And I really didn't come up with all that much, quite honestly. Thinking that, there are maybe Eastern Europe or, you know, China, Asia, places like that have different flowers than we have here in the United States. And I really didn't come up with anything, to my surprise. I do have my wildflower. I have a wildflower guide that I bought when I was up in Cape Cod. That's not it. Here, let me pull one of these out. And it's actually a British guide to wildflowers in Britain, which is interesting. So, and this tells you, well, it's pretty cute. So I cut out all the purple ones from there. Yeah, that one's much more snug. So, for decoration. And then there's, you know, like lavender, right? We think of, which is not a wildflower. It's, although maybe it is, I don't know. But, you know, the lavender fields in France. So, okay, that's the second signature. Get rid of these paper clips. They're doing me no bit of good. Okay, and now for the first signature. And, okay. Again, just making sure that I'm sewing it in the right way, but it is the first signature. The dog just laid down on my foot. My pitiful pit bull. Oh, she is pitiful. She has such anxiety. I do talk about her and how she's on medication right now. It's summertime and lawnmowers just, oh, I think she's going to have a heart attack. She shakes so much. But she is chewing on my walls. And I do put vinegar down. There's this one spot. It's on the landing upstairs. It's just this one spot. She was chewing on, ow, Bella. She just stomped on me, sorry. I do put vinegar down on it, but it doesn't seem to stop her all that much. So if anybody knows of another way where I can stop her from cribbing, is what my brother calls it. He used to work with horses, and that's what they call it when horses start chewing on the sides of their stalls. They call it cribbing. So if anybody else knows of any other, you know, remedy where I can stop her from doing this, I'm going to have to replace the, it's, you know, the corner, used to be a door there at the top of the stairs. I guess the upstairs was unfinished at one point. The door is no longer there, but the door frame is, and she's chewing on the wooden door frame. And I'm thinking, well, I'm just going to have to sand it down and, I don't know, fix it. And then, like, maybe, you know how they have those plastic things around the corners in hospitals to protect the walls in the hospitals. I'm thinking maybe something like that, go down to the hardware store and get that. See, this is coming along. All right, let's just snug it up as we go. So yeah, we finally sew in the third signature and it gets much easier. That first signature, for some reason, was not as easy to sew in. There. Okay, let's snug it up. Huh. Hello. There. Okay. And that noise, that background noise is my brother in the kitchen making his lunch. He has a bowl of soup every day for lunch. Okay. So, let's take a look and see. All right, everything here is snug. So, right over left, left over right, I don't know. And we'll trim those down. Okay, now comes the fun part. Now comes the fun part. So, there they are. And see, this is all nice and soft and bendy, right? Make sure everything's right side up, right side up, right side up. Okay. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put glue, and I have here Fabrifix, fabric onto fabric. I'm going to glue it in, right? Line up the center, get that glued in, and then glue down the sides. And there is going to be our hidden spine. And that's how that's going to work. So, and I'm really going to make sure this is doused. So down the strings. Ugh. I want to make sure that this is going to, let's move those out of the way. And because this, I'm not going to go all the way to the edge. Oh, I don't know why I'm having troubles. This is not coming out. Why is it not coming out? Ugh. This is real life, people. Now I have it all over my fingers. Lovely, lovely. At least it's silicone glue, so it rubs off, as opposed to like the PVA glues. All right, let's try this again. Ah, there we go. See, you see the tip there? Got my big bubble. There we go. So I am just being very liberal with this glue. This canvas cloth is make sure those strings are glued. The canvas cloth is heavy, and it has that other piece of fabric on top of it. Ugh, I was squeezing for my life there. And okay, this is the top. Now, is this the front or is this the front? And does it matter? Let me feel to see if there's any. No, it doesn't matter. Okay. So, also because it's a silicone glue, we have a little wiggle room. I want to place that down, making sure. Okay, hang on. Where's the center? There's the center. Making sure it's straight. And it's centered. Moving it over just a tad. Moving it over just a tad. Okay. And now I'm going to get my bone folder. Make sure it's all in there, all nice and snug. Make sure that glue has a chance to grip. It's a little bit okay. see, this is how we're doing a hidden spine. Now here, excuse me, I have a very dry throat today. And we're doing this on the back of the flap, not on the book itself, because of seepage and stuff, and we don't know where. It's easier to do it this way. You don't want to do it on the book because you might go over or under. Although I do know. Oh gosh, I'm squeezing with all my might to get this glue out. It is. I do know it's going to cover that completely. So this is how we do the hidden spine when we didn't think we were going to do a hidden spine. Press down on that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. That's the back. Yep. Okay. Now this is the front. Ooh. Let's get that. Okay. And I really don't mind too much. You've noticed that I don't mind too much if the glue doesn't come all the way to the edge. You noticed I've used my pinking shears to help prevent fraying and stuff. That's pretty gosh darn glued. So if it starts to pull up or fray there, that doesn't bother me. That's fine, Oh. There. Oh, gracious goodness. And we want to give that time to dry. I don't want to bend it yet. Make sure it's not pulling away from the back, which it is right there. Oh, gosh. I feel like I'm not sure if I have enough glue in there. I should have put more glue in there. Excuse me. And this is how we do it, folks. This is how we do it. And I'll give you a little flip through. Okay, I still have to obviously put pockets in the corner, and whoop, I just bent it. I didn't need to. All right, so 3 signatures. Let's count how many pages. 1. Okay, so here is some silk screening I did, and I'll be putting a pocket here. These are hand-dyed papers. 2, this is a print. Where did I download this? Oh, from there's a online, if you go to the, I don't know how to say it, I think it's RIK something something J something museum in Sweden. They have a lot of free digital downloads of their artwork. Which is really nice. So that's where I got that. It's old purple flowers. I think this is from 1680. More hand-dyed paper. This I did with these Distress Oxide sprays. I have this blue and this pink here. Picked Raspberry and Mermaid Lagoon, 2 very pretty colors. So I was spraying them and trying to smush them and mix them in, making purple. So that's pretty. This is just a linen paper. This is that Italian paper, wrapping paper that's not quite sure what kind of flower that is. I want to say lavender, but then might be rosemary. I don't know. And here's more hand-dyed paper. Let me get this. I did a temporary glue here to hold this fabric piece in. It looks quilted because I had it laid out on a quilted plastic table protector, So it's more of the Delusions. There's purple paper. Here's the signature center. This is a copy of the fabric. Well, this is not fabric. This is paper as well. But this is a copy of fabric that I have. So there's that. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 120 pages total. Okay. So, and this is just it before I've obviously done anything, because we're just getting the signatures in there, and then we'll start having fun with it. But, oh, here's that temporary adhesive. Okay, that same print. Feels a little bumpy right there. Don't know what got on it. Okay, that's the first signature. Might, when it's all said and done, go in and maybe add some more glue in there. Here's the second signature. Came out so pretty. That pocket here, a little bit of ribbon on the bottom, help hold it in a little bit better, because it's very thin. The doily's very thin. That's so pretty. Okay, and here is another from that same place, that Swedish museum. Whatever these purple flowers are, I don't know, and I don't know when this is from. This is a copy of an old botanical guide. You can tell has a page number and stuff, and it looks like it's written in German. So there's that signature center on that one. I have to make sure I cover that up with something, put a pocket or something there. That just looks so pretty together. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put glue down there. It's coming up, or it's not going down. I didn't have enough glue in there. And here's the third signature. Again, with the silk screening I did with different purple inks. Isn't that pretty? An old botanical guide. Violets, French violets. There's that paper. There we go. Okay, and here's the signature center on this one for lots of writing space. Okay. There it is. Now, let me sit down again so I can check these spots. Yeah, see, it's pulling up right there. I'm just gonna stick this in there, squeeze for all I'm worth. And see, here it is seeping out. Let me get a paper towel. You might not be able to see that. When that dries, I'll be able to get that off. I don't want the white paper towel there. There we go. Okay. Let's check the bottom. Pull that up. Put that glue in there. Squeeze for all I'm worth. And smush it down. Oh, which reminds me, let me go back to this one. I put the temporary adhesive down on these pages to hold the lace in place as I was sewing in the signatures, and I need to take it off. There. Okay, let's check this one. I think that one's okay. Is that one okay? That one's okay. It was just this one over here. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me. The signatures are in, which is a huge accomplishment for me. I've been working on this for a week already. So to finally get the signatures in is saying something. And now either the hard part starts or the easy part starts. I don't know. Doing the pulling together the signatures on this one was a challenge for me, and I don't know why. I don't know why, but it was. So, and I will also give you a sneak peek as to things that I have made to put into the journal. I'm keeping the journal open because I want that. That's the first signature. I've made envelopes out of some pretty paper. This one is smaller because I wanted otherwise the flowers would have been crooked on it, so it's out because they're an. It looks to me like they're an actual line. Otherwise, they would have been on an angle, and I didn't want that in this. So these are regular envelopes that are going to be going in. And what else do I have over here? I'll show you a few different things that I've already done. I'm missing one. Oh, here it is. These three. So I've used the three different papers here, right, to make these coin envelopes. Aren't they fun? And I did some stamping there. So you have a pocket there and a pocket there. And when they be glued down, that's why there's tape here holding down the string, because they'll either be a side pocket or a top pocket, and that way that string won't get caught. And as you can see, each one has each piece of paper on it. So we have this lavender, I'm calling this lavender paper as the main piece, the dark purple as the pocket, and then the light purple as the closure. And here we have the light purple as the main, the lavender as the pocket, and the dark purple as the closure. And here we have the dark purple with the light purple and the lavender. So there we have regular envelopes and coin envelopes made. And then I want to show you this one more thing. This trim I have been, let me get rid of this. Move the book, keep the book open. Cover the glare. This trim I got at Joann Fabrics. I've had my eye on it for the longest time. I absolutely adore it. Can you see these colors? It's not with their regular trim, it's with their cosplay. I think that's how you say it, C-O-S-P-L-A-Y, you know, cosplay supplies. I don't know why it's there, but anyway, this trim is normally $5.99 a yard, and it is on sale right now for 40% off. Otherwise, you know, they have like the 50% off and the 60% off coupons, but 40% off. So I finally bought it, and I thought it would be a beautiful addition to this journal, whether I, you know, use a little piece of it like that on the side, or I can cut the flowers out individually, because they're all sewn down onto this sheer black netting, so I have no fear that they're going to come unraveled. Like if I cut it here to separate these two, they're sewn down, so I think they'll be fine. And then they're going to get glued in wherever I put them anyway. I could take one flower out and put it on the corner or something. But anyway, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I absolutely love it. So that's a sneak peek out of stuff that's going to be going in the journal. Well, thank you for joining me. Again, a hidden spine when you weren't originally planning on doing a hidden spine. I think that if next time, if I know that I want to do a hidden spine, I kind of like hidden spines. I don't know if I would do the solid spine on the outside, although I don't think it really matters that much. It just would give it a little bit more give. So you can see, I don't know if you can see here. Let me flip this over. The glue, and I use the paper towel, so it's kind of discolored the fabric right there. And I might just glue in some ribbon to use as bookmarks, as I do sometimes. So I think I can bend it now. Let's see how it's gonna, oh, see, look at that big gap. We're gonna have to take care of that. Let's take a look on the bottom. Yeah, there's a little bit of a gap there too. So that's the book. And I'm also going to have to figure out what kind of closure I want on it as well. That'll probably be the next thing, because if I want to hide it, again, this is something I should have thought of before. A hidden closure would have gone underneath this, but I could still just put something on the inside, or I could put a hole here and do a tie. All right, now I'm going to fix that. Well, I thank you for your time and your attention. We are only limited by our own imaginations. Please let yours run wild. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, if you would hit that subscribe button, I sure would appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by.